your butler. First of all, y'all know how we get down. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. You like, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. Y'all see the title. You know, it's crazy how things happen. You sit back and you look at them and you put things into perspective. You know, we just had an event take place in Alabama. Well, older brother in the process of carrying out his job was physically assaulted by a number of people that didn't look like him. And this was an older brother, he was. And you saw brothers come out the woodwork, different hairstyles, different tones of brown, different age, come to this brother's rescue. And I know it generated a lot of attention on social media. I was proud of that moment. I was, because that's how it should be. That's how it should be. We're supposed to have each other's back. But, you know, you spin it forward 2 weeks later, and where I live at, we could say a couple of apartment complexes down, 4 people were shot. 4 people that looked like me by someone that looked like me. That was Friday. On Saturday, where Blue lives at, you have 3 people that look like me that were murdered by someone who didn't look like me because they look like me. Theo, where you going? Imagine if we had more Saturdays. The riverboat brawl. Imagine if we had more of that mindset where we stuck together. But that's not necessarily what that is. Maybe that's a spur of the moment thing. Maybe those individuals didn't know each other, didn't have to know each other personally for it to. What's going on, Boycott? Maybe those individuals didn't need to know each other, because maybe if they'd have known each other, maybe it wouldn't have happened like that. There's a reason. What's going on, Greg? Yeah, because I felt this one in my spirit. There's a reason why his picture sits in my office. I seek the peace that he had. I seek the knowledge of self. What's going on, D. Steezel? Yes, sir. Rock with me, Nation moderator of the building. I seek the inner peace that he had. I seek the spiritual awakening, awareness, knowledge of self that he had. And his picture is a steady reminder of that. And even though I may go hard about a particular subject, I try to be mindful of how I go about it, because I want to be firm. I don't want to be brass. But I do want to be firm. That's why that picture sits right there. That sense of peace, that sense of self, you could tell he had it. You can tell there's a lot of us that don't have it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And you, Grand Madam, will probably love this one. So then I shout out to Gabbo Machiavelli Media. We were just talking. He might be the reason why I'm doing this video, because of hell, if it wasn't for Gabbo coming to get me just from my YouTube channel. Yes, ma'am, Miss Keita. We back. If it wasn't for Gabbo coming to get me because of the love that I had for the actor, respect that I had for the actor, the love and appreciation that I had for the character, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't. Y'all wouldn't know me like that. And I would love to tell you that Gabbo and I have agreed on everything that we talked about. We haven't. But we have had conversation like men, two grown men. We've articulated, if not just done it outright, agreed to disagree on more than one topic. We have. No different than with my brother Aaron, the Big Word Brinkley. And he said one of the things to me last year that I've never heard, no man has ever uttered to me. He said to me, and it was a disagreement. It was a heated disagreement. And I know how I had been experienced things before. He said to me, just cause we disagree, don't think I'm gonna stop loving you. You my brother. And I don't care if you get mad at me or not. I'm still gonna love you, dude. I never heard that before in my life. And I'm talking about as somebody that don't mind agreeing to disagree. Never heard that. That's a lot. Me and Mr. Smith, and that's my mentor. I tell y'all that all the time. And I don't agree all the time. Don't have to. We're brothers. We look at one another and we see ourselves in one another. No different than with myself and D-Real. He, I, Mr. Smith, Aaron, we share a special bond because we're all what America would say, what those two white men would say, Lindenberg and Bloomerback, we're black veterans. But we don't always agree. Aaron was in the Army. Mr. Smith and D-Real were in the Navy. I was in the Marine Corps. We don't always agree. They have action figures that I don't find appealing, but it's their action figures. I salute them. I do. I have comic books that they don't have, that they wouldn't collect, that they don't like. We like different football teams, but by and large, we like football. Daryl is a Kansas City Chief fan. Mr. Smith, if I'm not mistaken, is a Cleveland Brown fan. Gabbo is a huge Baltimore Raven fan. And Aaron is a huge Philadelphia Eagle fan. Nobody cares. Because at the end of the day, we're black. That was the thing that Derek Bozeman was alluding to on December 8th. They were afraid of the unification of black. You want to tell people you didn't get T'Challa recast because the actor passed away. No, the actor and the brother knew different. And the brother tried to tell you. But you didn't listen. You couldn't even agree to disagree. The brother had to be called out of his name and disparaged on social media. The niece had to go through the same thing. Chadwick Boseman had to have his marriage besmirched by quite a few of you who wanted to link him up to Lupita Nyong'o. Was that love for your fellow black man? Was that respect for your fellow black man? During the whole recast T'Challa movement, you know, not one anti-recaster, even to this day, has tried to have a civil conversation. But you'll have a civil conversation about who's your favorite rapper. You'll have a civil conversation about who's your favorite stripper, who's your favorite porno star, who's your favorite actor. But in regards to a fictional character, rather than try and understand where a fan base was coming from. No different than a Zack Snyder fan base, right? No different than a Star Wars fan base, which many black people are part of. When it came to this particular character, no, you could care less. Let me make sure I keep up with these numbers. Did you see what the 304 did honor his 3rd anniversary of his transition? No, you gotta put me down, Grandmaster. You gotta put me back. You gotta put me down. You know, one of the things I find more troubling than anything else is the pushback. And it's not necessarily the pushback, because we can agree to disagree. It's the vitriol from those that look like me, claim to be me, or at the very least have a social media account where they say they me. It's the vitriol in regards to recasting y'all. Buckmaster can put a picture up. I get it. You don't want the character recast. You feel some type of way. But you never bother to ask the other person why. You never even bother to entertain why. What you do is just dismiss. Yeah, Miss, God definitely put me down, Grandma. Put that down in the messenger for me and everything in Messenger, and I definitely check that out. Please do. I talked about it tonight, how there's a young lady on social media, and I got bothered by that. I got bothered by the fact that she's a wrestling fan, and I couldn't even talk wrestling with her. I got bothered because my daughter's a wrestling fan. My daughter is a wrestling fan. Me and my daughter talk wrestling. I would have loved to talk. My wife is a wrestling fan. I would have loved to have chopped it up with this young lady about that. But no, I wasn't black enough, which is crazy in and of itself, because didn't we just have, what was School Days about? The Spike Lee movie? Like in 2023, this is what we still doing? Who's your favorite wrestler, bro? I go through phases. Just for when they came out back in the day, it was Harlem Heat. I was like, this me right here. That was it. Then when the Nation of Domination did their thing, I kind of like sat back. I ain't really have no favorite wrestler, but Stone Cold and The Rock, when they was talking that talk. And I think right now, because I like somebody that's gonna talk that talk. Like, that's me. I need somebody that's good on the microphone. So right now, and I know people riding the dude's coattails, it's LA Knight. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Whose game is it? Yeah. Talk that talk. Like, if you go talk that talk, I'm here for it. Talk that talk. So right now it's LA Knight, but I can't say I've ever had a favorite one, but you know, cast that talk. I like them. So yeah, I got bothered by that. Even the brother today, even, you know, Batman is his favorite guy. I like Batman too. I got bothered by that because I could never talk to this dude, and I kept dropping him little subtle hints like, how would you feel if somebody said something about Tim Drake? Like, I'm dropping subtle hints to let him know I know about his character. I'm gonna be honest with you, as a comic book fan, I don't have any sons. By to a degree, I'm in my feelings that I can't sit back and talk to a young brother about my love for comics. It's different with me and Marcus because we're doing comic book reviews, but I can't share that. I can't. And this where we at. We on social media. Yeah, we back. We on social media, and I can't rock with you because you don't want to rock with me, and you can't explain why you don't want to rock with me. No difference of opinion. I got to get called out my name. But we black. That's why I say what I say about black. It don't stand for nothing. You black, I'm black. I should be the first one you want to have a conversation with. Stephen A. Smith said this on an episode of First Take a while ago. And I know it's not fair, but hell, life ain't fair. And the way I got treated my first 2 years in the Marine Corps, I'm still pissed about that. I'm still psychologically dealing with that. I'm still getting help for that. I don't expect the other man to give two damns about me. I don't. If he does, he does. Good looking. I don't expect the other woman to give two damns about me. If she does, she does. Good looking. But my people, who I've been told are my people since I came out the damn womb. My women, my brothers, my sisters, whether we agree or disagree, whether I don't like your hairstyle, whether I don't like your eyelashes, whether, bro, I don't like the fact that you got on them skinny jeans, or whether the fact that I don't like the fact that you sagging. At the end of the day, don't none of that matter, because if anybody else say something to you about those things and they not me, don't look like me, don't look like you, and they try and bring the ruckus to you, I'm supposed to have your back. That's what I was taught. I was. That's what I was taught. That's what I was raised. We keep doing this right here, black power, right? Black power, black power. When? We don't want to talk to each other. We don't want to have a civil conversation. We don't know how to disagree. We don't know how to agree to disagree. Somebody got to die. Well, if the conversation was going to escalate to the point where you might have to go get the gun, why did you have the conversation in the first place? Shout out to the brother who was in the Mod Squad back in the day. I want to say Clarence or Terrence something. Remember that movie that he did on BET? I forget what I think it was, but it was a horror movie. Remember the young brother that was in the prison and he was locked up next to the Nazi supremacists? And what did the Nazi supremacists tell him? You doing my work for me. Tales from the Hood. What did brother say? You doing my work for me? He did. I look at gang members and I'm like, do you even know why the gang you in started? I was talking to my wife about this the other day. You got gang members in gangs today that don't even know why the gang they were in started. Damn sure ain't repping that. You're not even respecting why the gang started in the first place. But you black though. You black. Rather than have a conversation, a civil conversation about a black character, by and large, what many across the globe consider to be the #1 black superhero, rather than have a conversation to see why so many people want this character recast, as a black person, you would rather stoop to insulting another black person. And you fine with it. You cool with it. You braggadocious with it. I want you to think about what I just said, what you're fine with doing. You're fine insulting, as a black person, self-identified, you're fine insulting another black person about a black character played by a black actor. You won't even hear him out. But I know who you will hear out, though. I know who you have heard out. You heard out Kevin Feige. Every last one of you can say exactly what Kevin Feige said, but can't say what Derek Brooks, I'm going to say Derek Bozeman, Chadwick Boseman's older brother said. You can quote Kevin Feige all day. You can lock in. You can say believe in Marvel, but you never say believe in Chadwick. You never say believe in Derek. You never say believe in the Bosemans. You always say believe in Marvel, but you're black though. And if another black person says anything to you differently on behalf of Kevin Feige and Marvel, who aren't owned by anybody that looks like you, you will disparage your fellow brother and sister on social media. You disparage your brother and sister on social media. Even if a brother says to you, hey, I don't like being called the N-word, because you're comfortable with calling the N-word and you're seeking popularity and fame, you will still choose to call that brother the N-word, no different than the oppressors, the slave owners would call another brother or sister the N-word. How are you any different? But you black though. You black. That's what you keep saying. You black. You say it's a term of endearment, but you use it as a term. Watch, I want to make sure I say this right. You say it's a term of endearment, but how many times when we hear the word used by us, it's actually used as a derogatory term? F-U-N-word is not a term of endearment. You a silly ass N-word is not a term of endearment. You a wild ass N-word. It's not a term of endearment. I beat your ass N-word. It's not a term of endearment. How is that any different than the racist using it? Whether you using it with the A or the ER. And you'll use the word, the N-word, faster than you'll use the C word. You'll bring the ruckus faster to somebody that look like you than you will to somebody that don't look like you. Because while you check for the brother or sister that look like you who's coming in your neighborhood, you not finna push up on 5-0 for doing that. 5-0 could be brand new in your neighborhood and you not finna roll up on one time. You not. But you black though. And your responsibility as a gang member is to protect the hood that you in. Why are you letting somebody that don't look like you, regardless of who they are, roll up in your set? But somebody that look like you, soon as they get off the plane in your city, they got to check in with you. But you black though. Checking in for you with you for what? You guaranteeing their safety? It's damn near a gang in every city. If you guaranteeing brothers and sisters safety around here, then how come brothers and sisters keep dying from the police? With there being no retribution whatsoever. But you black though. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yes, I'm in my feelings. I'm in my feelings because I couldn't have a relationship with a young lady that by and large, we should be able to talk. As an older black man who likes wrestling, yeah, I should be able to talk to my younger sisters who like wrestling too. I should be able to. But no, because I like this character, because I can recite things about this character, I got to have my ethnicity questioned. But you black though. At the very least, Creole. You like Batman. I like Batman too. We could have talked about some Bruce Wayne stuff. We could have talked about Tim Drake. We could have talked about Dick Grayson. We could have talked about Jason Todd. We could have talked about a whole bunch of stuff. We could have talked about how you feel about Alfred being dead. We could have talked about how you felt about Failsafe and that whole storyline of when Batman, Bruce re-entered Earth's atmosphere, gliding down on a piece of the Justice League. But we couldn't do that, could we? We couldn't. could not cross that threshold because you didn't want to give the respect to a fellow black man. But we keep asking. We actually have the audacity. We do. To try and figure out why we can't get anywhere as a people in this country. We keep asking that question. While you got the Clarence Thomases on the world selling out, while you got the Candace Owens of the world selling out. See, there's a difference when they talk and when we talk. The two young ladies that were talking, that were stomping for Trump, see, there's a difference. There's a bit of lunacy when they talk. By and large, everybody know they lying. Even the people that don't look like them. They know Candace Owens is full of it. They know Clarence Thomas is full of it. They gonna call him out. They are. But us though, Clarence Thomas ain't looking out for us. But he black though. And by and large, he got to where he is because he's black. Candace Owens ain't looking out for us. But she black though. And it was black men that held her down. But where's she at right now? Sage Steele, who's a very conservative sister. Why she thinks she was where she at ESPN? Any black woman, for that matter, that's on a sports program, who you think helping to drive up your damn numbers? It's brothers tuning in to watch you. Because we tune in to watch us. It was a reason why women's tennis took off when it did. Because we were tuning in to watch Venus and Serena. No Venus, no Serena, no us. Know why? Because they were black. They were black. That's all that mattered. Didn't matter whether we played tennis or not. Those were two queens, two sisters. And we was going to rock with them. No different than we rock with Arthur Ashe back in the day. Ain't give two damn about no tennis back in the day. Arthur Ashe playing, bro, I rock with you. Don't give a damn if he playing McEnroe. I'm rooting for Arthur Ashe. I ain't got to know a damn thing about soccer. I'm rooting for Pele. I don't care. I'm rooting for Pele. Why? I'm black. Jamaica and America they running track and field. I don't give two damn. I'm pulling for both of them. I don't give a damn who finished first or second, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a win-win for me either way. Know why? Because they black. And somehow being black stopped being enough for black people. But you want me to believe in black. When you won't do the education, the research to figure out the only reason why you call yourself black is because two white men told you was black. When you won't do the research to realize that you can try and claim that as a term of endearment, but there was no Nigeria, there was no Niger when they kept calling you a nigger on the plantation. How you gonna say as an intelligent brother, which you claim to be, you gonna use the word as a term of endearment, but use that same damn word as a term of slander towards your brothers. And since I know you use it on me and you just saw me today, how many other brothers have you used that word just like the slave master used it on back in the day? I think I can ask that question to any black person that says that word is a term of endearment. How many times have you used that word in your lifetime in a disparaging way towards a fellow black person? Because if you did, you use that word no differently than the oppressor. You use that word no differently than the slave owner. You didn't. Whether you spelled it with the A or the ER, which makes it even worse, because watch this, you claim to be black. This is why we find ourselves in the situation that we find ourselves in this country. We talk about HBCUs, how they failing, ain't no effing way. Last I checked with D-Real, and I trust my brother, it's at least 10 black billionaires in the United States of America. If it's 10 black billionaires in the United States of America, I don't even want to talk about how many black millionaires are in the country. And that being what it is, I know it ain't that many damn HBCUs in America. So my question then has to be, because we black, if we got 10 black billionaires in America, which means we got a plethora of I don't know how many black millionaires in America. Why in the hell are we still waiting on America to bail out the HBCUs? We black though. We black. We black. We want to keep making excuses for it. Okay. America ain't going to fulfill her promise to the HBCUs. Where you at? It's no different than that people that have something to say about recast T'Challa. This room is full of keeping T'Challa's legacy going. This room is also full of keeping Chadwick Boseman's legacy going. But since you have so much to say about the character and the actor, where you at? Because somebody once told me, if you can do better, do it. That's what I was told. If you can do better, we complain about movies. If you can do better, do it yourself. Stop complaining. Okay, well, if you can represent T'Challa better, represent Wakanda better, represent Chadwick Boseman better, do it yourself. If recast T'Challa is doing something wrong that's offending you, rather than complaining about it, do something about it. You ain't got to drag nobody, because this is an honest conversation. I ain't name call nobody, just ask us honest conversation about what it takes for us as people that call themselves black to come together. I think that's a fair question. I'm gonna catch up on these notes. I really wasn't trying to. Black is just a fashion trend. I got that for, listen, Blue told me that. Blue told me that boycott, and I promise you, I didn't lock in for like 48 hours. And when I did lock in, I had to hit my brother up and apologize. I did. See, I can be wrong. Damn it. You wasn't right when you first learned how to walk. That's why you kept busting your ass. You wasn't right when you first learned how to use the bathroom. That's why you kept boo-booing on yourself. I understand. Wrong is a process of learning how to be right. But Blue told me the same damn thing. And I had to think about that thing. It's that save me mentality. Okay, got you, grandmaster. These days I play many different genres of music. I might be playing punk, hard rock, jazz, blues, metal, synthware, techno, movie scores, Latin, pop, disco. I ain't always going to be playing rap. And listen, I'm from New York, and I don't want to say it like that, but I'm gonna say it like this. Once you learn how to salsa, you really don't forget. So you could drop me off in a Latino club. It's going down. Like, they don't want to, as you said, diversified. Being able to like many different things. Something to be said about that. Black is just the fact, yeah, you got me. No matter how young or old you are, if you don't know how to talk to people, you will be a lonely and hate-filled life. Yes, you will. The Kamoyo Kid, I had a white man look at me strange as hell, like, oh, I can't play something calming and relaxing. Yeah, Andy. Thank you. That's the other thing. This room says something. This room says something. This room was put together for an intentional purpose. And I have had people that don't look like me walk in this room. I have. Now, I did this for the culture. Yes, I did it for me, but I knew the significant impact of it. Representation. I've had people that don't look like me walk in this room. I've had people that aren't the same gender as me walk in this room. And the facial expression is always the same. It says something. I ain't no different than you. And I'm just as proud of mine as you are. And if you look like me, well, hell, in the action figure community, in the superhero community, in the comic book community, we don't see too many setups like this. We don't. I put the work in to make sure I represented us. That's not to be looked down on by somebody who calls themselves black. No, that's actually to be appreciated. the time and energy that I put in, any of us put in into researching T'Challa and sharing that knowledge on social media so we all have access to it, that's actually to be appreciated. That's not to be looked down on, because you, us, we took the time out of our busy schedule when we could have been doing something else and say, you know what, let me read about T'Challa. Let me read about Wakanda. Let me learn something else about Shuri. While you, the other person, who did whatever else you wanted to do, and ain't nobody knocking you for that. Maybe you went to a football game. Maybe you spent some time with your lady, your man. Maybe you went to go see, maybe you just whatever. You just went into it like that. You got to give it up for the ones that were. You got to respect that, because that's part of your culture. See, if you know something about being Black, we didn't keep our history in the books. We did not keep our history in the books if you know something about being Black. That's why it's so damn depressing to see so many young people going back and forth with older people. Because where do you think, how do you think African history was kept? Orally. The stories were kept orally. And if you didn't pay attention, that's why them stories changed. If you didn't pay attention, that's why a character over in Jamaica might be the same character in the Bahamas, but they call a different name, because those stories were told orally. Well, what do you think we're doing with superheroes? Black superheroes specifically. We can't even move past recast T'Challa to talk about Jefferson Pierce. Because watch this, if you don't know anything about T'Challa, you know nothing about Jefferson Pierce. We can't even spend the conversation to talk about the relationship between Jefferson Pierce and John Stewart. We can't even tell you what you're missing, because you don't want to learn. You don't want to listen. You just want to talk, which is crazy, because those that just want to talk, they want to be listened to. Well, you're not giving any of us, those that look like you, the same respect you want yourself. The way some of you talk on social media is actually what leads to gun violence in the streets. And I'm surprised that you keep that tone on social media. Like, you don't know who you're talking to. And if you do see that the person is older than you, you're not going to give them that respect. And you're no different than anybody else that didn't give two damns about Black veterans, because you could be talking to a Black veteran, and much like the racists, you're not even going to acknowledge that. So there's that out the window. Anything that could have been done to earn respect from a fellow Black person, knowing something about a Black actor, knowing something about a Black character, having served in the military as a Black person, which is not easy. None of that gets respect from a so-called Black person. Even trying to have a civil conversation doesn't get respect. So what happens if you outside, if you don't give respect on social media? What happens when you out and about? I'm of the mindset that the person you're going to get into a shootout with in real life is someone who thinks exactly like you. Because the person who thinks like me would just walk away. Now, that would probably be the worst thing you would want, is for me to walk away, because I'm walking away. And depending on how I feel, because I am a veteran, I might come up on you when you by yourself and you ain't got nothing. And then it's just me and you in hand-to-hand combat. And I like my odds in hand-to-hand combat all day. It is what it is. I don't need a weapon. I am the weapon. But why are we even there? When there's Black people, we should be together. as black people, if with no other ethnic group, with no other race group, if we can't agree to disagree with anybody else, it should be the ability to agree to disagree with another black person. We should be looking at you like, yeah, man, I'm straight. You good? Yeah, no. They just really disagree. And it's gonna sound real funny because I know some of us rock with it. I know D. Steezel does, even without going. We too comfortable getting caught up in what Huey. We too comfortable in getting caught up in what Huey would call nigger moments. That's what we want. We searching for them too. Why? Why is that what we want to do? And I don't have no answers. Let me keep going. No matter how young, let me keep going with these notes. Wrong as a process of learning to be right. I'm still in that. Feel free. Sharing is caring. What's going on? That's my wife. RC the same. That's why I did Guru and DJ Premier. They did Gangstar and Jasmine. Yes, they did. Rap used to be so versatile back in the day. D. Steve's Fat, absolutely Guru Fire. Them salsa spots are some of the hottest spots. And if you know how to two-step, like what they was doing with R. Kelly, can I still say R. Kelly? If you know how to step in the name of love and salsa, and you can put them two things together, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. If there's one thing you can't deny is there was a time Black Panther were the greatest artists and black people were the greatest artists in the world. Rap today is no longer art. It's not beautiful. It's not. Branford Marsalis. Yes. Remember back in the day, we used to just buy the cassettes and it was just the dude blowing on. Oh, that's not going to sound right. Pause. Remember when we used to buy? You used to say that back in the day and nobody would say anything. It don't sound right now. Remember Kenny G? We used to buy Kenny G back in the day and all my dogs just played the instrument back in the day. And you would be in your car driving, pull up to a female or ladies, pull up to a dude, playing you some Kenny G and look over and get your holler on, playing some Kenny G, playing you some Branford Marsalis. Like, we don't need words. We got the horn. Don't worry about it. We got it. I came up on everything from the softest classical music to the hardest hip hop. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and shamelessly admit I'm a huge Kiss fan. I watched both of them movies when they came out on NBC. I did. I sure did. I sure did. And I want them Kiss action figures. And low key, they sell them on eBay. Yep, sure do. Sure do. I ain't lying. I'm telling the truth. Yes, I'm a huge Kiss fan. I am. Yep. Bruce Springsteen too. Huey Lewis and the New. Daryl Hall and John Oates. Blondie. Yeah. And I'm rolling off some names that's right now on my playlist on my cell phone. Yep. Because your kiss is on my lip. Because your kiss, I can't resist. Because your kiss is what I miss. You're the best thing in life. Whoa, yeah. Jitterbug. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on the line. Yo. Wake me up before you go. I don't want to listen till you hit that. Oh, watch this. And people gonna look at me real weird but we was rocking with this back in the day because music was music. And we all knew what was going on. It wasn't even, I don't know. We all knew what was going on with this particular group, especially with this particular dude. We all knew. Watch it. Ooh, in time, it could have been so much more. But time's the best thing for sure. We've got time, won't give me time. Cause time made lovers feel like they got something real. You and me, we know we've got nothing but time. Cause time won't give me time. Boy George and Culture Club, everybody knew what the hell was going on. We didn't care. We did not care. We didn't care. And we listened to it. We rocked with it. My mother mine said today that if we admitted who we rocked with back in the day, the same people that had something to say about Recast T'Challa, the same brothers and sisters that don't know how to have conversation, they wouldn't ask to listen to the music. No. As an older person, you get your race question, your ethnicity question. Never mind the fact that you was listening to Aretha Franklin at the same damn time. They're not gonna lock into that. No, you're a sellout. But if you're quick to denigrate your own without giving the benefit of the doubt, if that's your go-to move for clicks and likes, as a young man said to me today, he wanted to be trending. So you're willing to denigrate, insult, lie on a black character, black actor, a fellow black man, just for clicks and likes. It says a lot. It says a lot. To question another brother's or sister's ethnicity over a disagreement, it says a lot. Not wanting to hear your elders out. Because I'm trying to figure out, would you want somebody talking to your elders like that? Would you want somebody talking to your sister, mother, wife, father, husband, son like that? Trying to figure it out. Can't. Don't say nothing to the police officer that pull up in the neighborhood that you've never seen before, that don't look like you. Won't ask them for their badge number, anything. But the rapper that fly into your city, yeah, that's the one that's got to check with you. Y'all remember that movie New Jack City? Remember that scene between Alan Payne and Wesley Snipes? Remember that scene on the rooftop? I know some of my younger brothers and sisters not gonna get it, but check out the movie. New Jack City, I liked it. New Jack City was the movie that, watch this. I'm not knocking the dude. Remember the show that used to come on MTV? MTV Cribs? Scarface. Not Scarface, Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy had his crib in there. He did. I felt some type of way because he had personalized window blinds of Scarface in his house. Now, that was his house. He could do whatever he wanted to do with it. His money. Do whatever he wanted to do with it. But where was the personalized window screen of New Jack City? Sugar Hill. Blue Hill Avenue. Because when we talk about mafia movies, because this was before Hoodlum had came out, American Gangster had came out. But if somebody asked me what was my movie, Scarface, I'm not Colombian. I'm not Cuban. I am black though. Sugar Hill. I like the actors that were in Sugar Hill. Blue Hill Avenue. I got Alan Payne in that one. Okay, let's make it do what it do. New Jack City. Those are my gangster movies. Okay, well, you want to give me Hoodlum and Lawrence Fishburne in it? If you finna talk to me about some gang movies, that's my stuff. Okay, American Gangster. I got Denzel Washington. Before I get to a Scarface anything, before I get to a Soprano anything, I got them. Because that's me. I'm going to rep me all day. My question that I have to brothers and sisters, unilaterally, when we going to start repping us? When we going to start giving us the benefit of the doubt that we want as brothers and sisters? When are we going to start giving each other the benefit of the doubt that we want other races, other ethnicities to give us? When we going to start giving us that? It's not so much that when they come for recast T'Challa, it's how they gonna come at it. And I'm gonna say it. When a child, because if you in your 30s, I'm old enough to be your father. That's no disrespect. It just is what it is. So when you come like that and you a male, it's at that moment in time that I wish you were standing in front of me. Because what that tells me is either A, you don't have a father, or B, your father didn't teach you no manners. I got it for you though. I do. I got it for you, if that's what that is. Because I'm never finna talk to Mr. Ray Smith like that, whether I agree or disagree with him or not. I'm never finna talk to Grand Madam Tarot like that, whether I agree or disagree with her or not. I believe I'm older than Miss Keita. I do. I'm never going to talk to her like that. At the end of the day, regardless of whether I agree with her, disagree with her or not, you know what I'm gonna say to her? She's a queen and I'm a king. And even queens and kings know how to agree to disagree. I'm able to do that with my wife. We talking about coming together as a people. February is getting ready to roll around. It is. And that's supposed to be the month that we stick our fist up in the air and we look at each other and call each other brothers and sisters. You know what? In February 2024, I like for that to actually be a fact and not just something we like saying for clicks, likes, put on a damn shirt, or cause it sound good. I really would like that to be what that's going to be. Because if that's what that is at the end of the day, black is black, because that's all it should be. We shouldn't be questioning. Black should be black going forward. Here's what Derek was talking about. I'm finna wrap this up, bring it back to his brother. If you got black united and not black divided, people will watch how they treat black. I'm gonna go back to that riverboat brawl. Folks will think long and hard before they try that with another black person again. Because if you try that with another black person again, you better have more than just your fist. Because they not playing that. I want it to be. But when we see each other walking down the street and everything like that, they know we got each other's back. I want it to be known that regardless of whether you got a badge, a uniform, that sign on the side of the car says to protect and serve, not to bully, not to intimidate. And when they roll up in a set and it's our set, they need to know we look out for each other. The person who we need to be asking to check in, it don't need to be your fellow brother and sister that you asking to check in. It need to be the new officer that's patrolling your neighborhood because you don't know them from a can of paint. And you should be able to call their desk sergeant to verify that they actually work for the police department, so they know damn good and well when they act up, you ain't got no problem making a phone call. If black is black. If black is black, not gonna like this one. If black is black, we looking at job applications and you know what we checking for if you the hiring manager. That name that can't nobody else damn pronounce. You know what? We flipped the switch and now you got the advantage if black is black. If black is black and you don't know any better, before I insult your intelligence, it's for me to help you get better if black is black. If it's black. Because black is supposed to be good enough. It is. And honestly, you can't even see through black. So black is supposed to be that thing that's stronger than any other color because it don't fade. Black is black. That's what it's supposed to be. If that's what it's supposed to be, then let's stop doing that dumb ish. Because if you can do it on social media, I know damn good and well you'll do it out in public, but black is black. You should want to learn you should want to get to where your elders at, because getting to be 50 as a black person ain't as easy as it look. So you might want to talk to the OGs, male or female, figure out how they got there. Listen to them stories from back in the day. You can learn from them damn stories, because when go left, you might be able to refer to a story that you heard from an OG and be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do it like that. To my black males out there, I get it. I grew up without my father. My grandfather had to step in and do with that. So you feeling some type of way. I'm telling you right now, I'm tired of going back and forth with you. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm telling you right now, older black male to younger black male, I'm tired of going back and forth with you. Listen up and learn so your ass can get to be a grandfather one damn day. So your ass can get to be 90 years. I'm tired of going back and forth with you because honestly, I'm tired of seeing y'all die prematurely. That's getting on my last damn nerve. Whether you taking your life or whether somebody that don't look like you taking your life, it's getting on my last damn nerve. To my sisters, I got daughters. I got a wife. A man submits to a woman first when he drops down on his knees and asks her to marry him. That's him submitting. We don't verbalize it like that. No, we don't put it in text like that. We don't, because we always talk about the woman. But he literally got on his knees and gave you the power because you could have said no. You could have. I'm tired of going back and forth with my sisters. There's nothing that I won't do for y'all. That action figure right there is a testament to that. Because I know I did something first in the world, period, with the assistance of my wife that nobody else thought of. But I did. And that was way before Black Panther 2 was a damn thought. It was. I'm tired of going back and forth with you. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the black race being at each other's throats because it ain't accomplishing anything and it ain't moving the needle. You say you black. I didn't say you were black. You said you were black. Then damn it, let it stand for something. You know damn good and well you don't know anything about this character. Stop coming at the people that do. You know damn good and well you don't know anything about this dude right here. This dude right here, him, you know you hit his brother up. His church is on Facebook. Yes, see what I just did? His church is on Facebook. And if you don't know the name of the church, you can Google it. You can. That's what it means to be black. Find out from him first before you just go off the reference of co-workers, because that's all they are at the end of the day. They're co-workers. I got quite a few co-workers that say they knew me back in the day. You know what? We don't F with each other right now. But his family, that's his family. So when you want to find out whether or not you disrespecting, you do what I did. Have the courage and conviction to do with what the black man that you want to so quickly insult, have the courage and conviction to do what he did. Look up the brothers church online, go to the Facebook page and have a conversation. Ask a question. You might be afraid of the answer, but at least ask it. It's an intimidating thing when you can go straight to the source, ain't it? That way you don't have to be worried about being misled by co-workers anymore. When you see a brother out in the street and y'all having a disagreement about a car or something that ain't worth your life, because that's all it is, a difference of opinion. Understanding all you got is a difference of opinion. That's not something to take a life over. It's just an opinion. Stop messing around with, and I'm going to say it like this. You know what? No, I'm not going to touch that. Because you know what? Be grown, you do what you're going to do, but I'm just going to say karma is a bitch. So watch what you do out here in the street with somebody else's. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Watch what you're doing out here in the street with somebody else's. Because if you wouldn't want somebody doing it to yours, if you wouldn't want somebody doing it to you and yours, then don't do it to somebody else's. Especially if the person you doing it to is black and you call yourself what? Black. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. If you made a promise to the black people, keep your black promise. Because nobody asked you to. If you say it's a word that's supposed to be used as a term of endearment, then you should never use it in a negative fashion. Own it. That's what you're saying. I'm not saying that. And nobody that wants to be called, nobody that doesn't want to be called the N-word is saying that if you say it's a term of endearment, you should only use it as such. Own it. If you say the B word is a term of endearment, it basically means somebody's a boss, then use it like that. Don't use it the other way. Own what you say. If you say you black and you proud, you know what? Own what you just said. Give the brother or sister going forward for the rest of your life. Not for the next day, not for the next 48 hours, not for the, no, for the rest of your life. If you say you black and you proud, give the next brother or sister the benefit of the doubt that you would want your damn self. If you say you black and you, don't matter. If you say you black and you proud, regardless of where you work at, whether you got that shield on your chest or not, whether you got that gavel in your hand or not, whether you consider yourself a politician, don't give two damns. You say you black, going forward, give that brother or sister the same benefit you would want, the same benefit of the doubt you would want because you black. Give them that same benefit of the doubt. Yep. Because I'm tired of it. It ain't getting us nowhere. It ain't going to get you what you want. And all we're going to keep doing is the same thing we've been doing since I've been alive in this world, is keep complaining about not being treated fairly, when truth be told, we don't even treat each other like that. You can't expect greatness outside the house if you're not exuding greatness in the house. And we're not exuding greatness in the house. No, we're exuding pettiness in the house. I'd rather get along with each and every last one of y'all. I understand that's not going to always be a given. But disliking somebody, a fellow brother or sister, over an opinion, cussing out my fellow brother and sister over a difference of opinion, insulting my brother and sister over a difference of opinion, when truth be told, a difference of opinion 9 times out of 10, more often than not, it's based on a lack of knowledge from somebody. Let's do better. Let's do better. Like, share, subscribe to the video and everything like that. Let's do better. Let's do better. That's how we prevent the Ahmaud Arbery's of the world, by doing better. That's how we make sure we don't have any more George Floyds, by people understanding that we stay together, that we stick together, and that if something happens to one of us, the way we're going to perceive it is that it happened to all of us, and that it's going to be holy hell to pay. But to do that, black got to start meaning something. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.